I don't want to take too long with the intro today because I'd rather us get started and get rolling. But one thing that I wanted to mention is I've been doing a 5-week series based on the Koshas, which are the layers of our being. And this week it's about the intuitive layer of the mind. So we've gone from the body to the breath to the mind stuff, which is just basically the inner ramblings or inner chatter. And then even more subtle than that is the layer of discernment, the layer of our higher wisdom. And so when we talk about self-awareness in yoga, it's the awareness of being aware. It's the honed in focus on getting the mind quiet and then seeing what comes up from that quietude. And that helps us to determine what is right or wrong, good or bad, as we make choices in life. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go ahead and take child's pose. As you drop into child's pose, you can have the arms circled around you or extended out in front of you. Begin taking deep sips of breath in and out through the nose. So our practice today is going to start off here, getting centered and purposely penetrating the mind's eye as we rest on the brow to invoke a sense of calm and peacefulness in the mind. So that way we can be centered on the body as we maneuver in and out of these postures. So that we can be aware of our breath and synchronizing the breath with movement. And then hopefully by combining these forces together, you'll be able to drop into this particular layer of the mind to discern what is best for you. Let's go ahead and inhale, extend the arms out in front of us, lift your head and heart, walk your hands over to the right side of the body. We're just gonna do a quick side bend to break up some tension that may potentially be housed around the lungs. Feel that left side ballooning upward as you breathe in, and feel it slightly dip and lower as you breathe out. Inhale, lift the head up, travel the hands all the way over to the left side, pouring back down. It's okay if the head hovers. Put that same emphasis of breath now into the right lung. Paying attention to the right side body. On your next in-breath, go ahead and walk the hands back to the sticky mat, rock up the hands and knees, curl the toes under, and launch into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet out here. Just charging into the calves and hamstrings. And then walk the feet all the way towards the top of the mat. Lower down with knees bent. A little less structure for now since we're warming up. Allowing the upper body to hang like a rag doll. Affirming here so you can hold nothing and no one on this earth can hold me down or back. Not even that mental chatter. When I'm able to calm the mind, I can drop into that layer of inner knowing. Now root down through the soles of the feet, sweep the arms to your sides and up overhead. And when you reach the arms up overhead, keep grounding your feet. Make sure you're standing towards the top of the mat. Your legs are ignited, your navel's ignited, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, keep everything active, even though the hands are gonna come back to the heart. We'll begin. We're gonna do 3 A's, sun sound, or no, excuse me, 5 A's, sun sounds, and 3 B today. So as you inhale, let your arms reach up. And as you exhale, swan dive forward and down to your Uttanasana, trying to keep your legs elongated. Inhale, lift halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, we're stepping it down the mat and dropping to hover in chaturanga. As you inhale, rise into upward facing dog. And as you exhale, roll it back over your toes to downward facing dog. Press firmly through the hands, specifically more into the mounds of the hands. Lengthen back to the vertebrae. Even push your thighs towards the back wall. Activate that Ujjayi Pranayama, which is great for the flow series. On your next in-breath, let's land the feet at the top of the mat, lifting halfway up when you do so. And then exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, soaring up to the top. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, we're going to continue with these. Inhale, open up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, sprout up. Exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Once you build that upper body strength, stretch open. And exhale, roll it back. Head to sit between the upper arm bones. Gazing back towards the feet or in between the Padyurga Drishti. Keep the breath flowing. Allow that breath to be audible to listen to. Inhale, bring the feet to the top of the mat. Coming up halfway. Exhale, roll down belly, chest and face. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Moving on, inhaling. Exhaling, fold in half. Inhale, look out with your eyes. Exhale, step it back. Elbow squeeze to the side body. Wait for the inhale for up dog. Wait for the exhale to carry you back to downward facing dog. Constrict the back of the throat. One more breath. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana at the top. Exhale, close into Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, inhale, open up. Exhale, close it in. Inhale, halfway open. Exhale, take it back and lower down. Keeping the head up. Inhale, open the heart and throat. Exhale, open up space between each vertebra. Continue to hold and breathe. Notice already how the body may start to feel like it's gaining vitality. Continue to focus on breathing in this vital life force. Inhale, plant the feet at the top, extend long through the spine. Exhale, drop back in. Inhale, coming up to the top. Exhale, Samasthiti. Was that 4? Okay, one more, thank you. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift and lengthen out. Exhale, step it back and lower down. Inhale, continue to salute the sun as you rise. And exhale, fold it back. Pressing down into the earth, the hands and the feet, and soaring upward through your seat. Inhale, feet plant at the top, however you want to arrive. Exhale, drop back in with your head and heart. Inhale, coming up to the top, arms framing the face. Exhale, Samastitihi. All right, with the first B, we're adding in warrior one. So coming into Utkatasana, exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale, rise to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, the right foot steps through, back heel down, coming into warrior one. Exhale, we go right back into the flow. From down dog, left foot will lead next, rounding the back heel, coming up to Virabhadrasana 1, and then coming right back into the vinyasa. Then through this sequence, you're determining from the layer of discernment, each pose that we take, is that the best idea or not? There may be times where you need child's pose. There may be moments where you need to skip the vinyasa. And that's okay, you're using this for later. Inhale, feet plant at the top of the mat. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, knees bent, arms lift. Exhale, Samastitihi. This time, warrior two. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Crank those shoulders back from your ears. And then exhale, Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, rock and roll back. We're leading with the right foot steps through, warrior two, round the back heel, helicopter up. Drop through your right thigh bone. Gaze down the front fingertips. And then release. Continue that vinyasa if that's in your wheelhouse. Then the left foot will lead. Right foot down, helicopter up, Virabhadrasana 2, having the experience before moving on. Third downward facing dog in this series, we hold and breathe a little longer. This is our time to reset. This is a moment to recenter, a time to reclaim our breath, our mental focus. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, drip down. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. This one we're going to be doing warrior one, switching it to warrior two. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. And then halfway up. Exhale, drop and hover. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps through, back heel down. We're starting with warrior one. From warrior one facing the front, we're going to turn the right foot in, left foot towards the back wall. Facing the back wall, Virabhadrasana 1. From warrior one, we're gonna pivot the right foot, sweep the arms out over the legs, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg, turn the left foot in, right foot faces the front, lunge that knee, warrior two. Helicopter down. Step it back. Move through the flow. From down dog, a left foot will lead, warrior one. Hips tee off, shoulders level. And then straighten the front leg, pivot the feet. Take your time, setting up for warrior one, facing the back of your back. We're gonna transition warrior two. Arms sweep out over the legs. Torso aligned over the pelvis. Right thigh rolling open. Inhale, straighten the right leg, turn that foot in. Left foot turns out. Warrior two now to the front. Left thigh rolling open. Exhale down. Inhale, step back. Exhale, crank it low. And then you're gonna pause in this third and final downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, plant the feet at the top of the mat. Open up halfway upon arrival. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, we're gonna hop the feet apart, but we're not doing both poses today. Arch back, we're gonna fold, and we're gonna take Padahastasana. So if you need to bend the knees to stand on your hands, that's okay. You might be able to stand on your palms and be able to straighten your legs. Just do the best you can. Your chin is slightly dropping towards the chest, as though you're attempting to look towards your navel. If that's too much for your neck, leave it out. And that's where that layer of discernment and higher wisdom comes into play. You'll notice by reflecting on your past, being aware of your body, and listening to messages being received, it can help to steer you in the right direction. Now release the hands one at a time. Hands come back to the waist, come all the way up. Feet together. All right, we're gonna step to the right. And Frank, I know you're not gonna be able to see me, so just do the best you can. Your feet are really wide here. We're gonna rotate the right foot towards the back of the mat. We're gonna lunge the knee. We're gonna prop the elbow to it and fly the left arm skyward. So what I've been doing on Wednesdays, we've been amping up the movement or the flow. And it's gonna be more of an Ashtanga type mix, even though it's not straight up Ashtanga. I'm bringing a more blissful element to it, even though you're gonna see a lot of similarities to it, Ashtanga. Front side angle, keep that back foot glued down. Bring the left hand down to the floor. Bring your right fingertips down to the inside of the right foot. And you're kind of dropping and hovering here with your upper body, active Spider-Man. Holding for at least 5 breaths. Then we're gonna pivot away from the back heel. Stack the hands to either side of the right foot. You're facing the back wall. Your left palm's gonna flatten and you're gonna twist and revolve to your right. So just follow Cindy's lead here. Good, exhale the right hand down, spin the right toes to turn back to be parallel with your left foot, and fold to Prasarita Padottanasana A. The A version is where the hands are down, slid back, so it's kind of in line with the arches of the feet. The crown of your head's attempting to face the floor. Inhale, walk your hands forward, straighten out through the arms, lift your head up halfway, look out with your eyes. Hands to the hips, slowly come to stand. And we'll take that sequence to the left. Turn your left foot, lunge that knee, prop onto your thigh, fly the right arm up. Side angle pose. There's other variations if you want another. Feel free to change it up. Trusting your layer of higher wisdom. Good, the right arm's gonna come down. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Keep your left knee opening away from your waist. And hunker down. Then you're gonna spin off the back heel, turn to the back toes, frame the front foot with your hands. And you can always use blocks. Press down through your right palm, revolve open to your left. Breathe. Exhale, bring the left hand down, swirl on the feet again, turn back to center. This time we're gonna link the first two fingers around each big toe, the D variation, fanning the arms away from the legs. Evenly distribute the weight down through each leg, through each foot, inner and outer edges of each foot. So there's no pronation or supination there in the body. Good, now bring the hands forward, push the heart up. You're extending your spine so it's more parallel to the floor. Hands to the waist, slowly climb up. Turn your left foot, step to the front of the mat. All right, we're gonna see, let's just cross the arms today. Right arm below the left. Step back with your right foot, pivot, pivot, turn, turn. We're getting ready for pyramid. Face the back wall, open your heart. And then exhale, you're gonna slide out over the front thigh. Gazing towards the toes. If that disrupts the neck, you can always gaze towards the knee instead. Squeeze the right hip in. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, pivot the feet. Face the front. We're gonna cross the arms the other way. Lean back for a moment. Anchor your back foot. Slide out over the front thigh. Gazing towards the toes or towards the knee. Parsvottanasana. Affirming here, I give myself over into the flow of grace.
have to remember to not only give grace to others, but we need to gift it back to ourselves as well. Let's slowly come up. When you come up, we're going to step it through to the top of the mat. We're changing up the balancing sequence. Release your arms. Instead of doing Padangusthasana and tree, we're going to do eagle first. So bend the knees. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. Feel free to stay on the mound of that big toe. And we're going to hook the right arm under the left. Lining up the arms and the legs. Setting our gaze at one focal point to help us maintain balance. All right, from here, we're going to bring the hands to prayer. We're going to slip the right ankle over the left thigh or knee, and we're going to sit a little deeper. Feel free to use the wall. Now we're going to go to Padangusthasana A. So you can either hold the right knee or you can tag the big toe. Because as we straighten the left leg, again, you can hold the knee, you don't have to hold the foot. Padangusthasana A. I need to come out of that side. Come out too if you need to. My foot started to cramp up. All right, bend the knees. And so that was my layer of discernment keeping it, right? Come out. Left leg over the right. See, so often left arm under the right. So often we want to ignore that piece, or we want to deny that piece, or we want to will our way through that piece. That's a very important layer that encases the soul. Asana, that's the prayer. Balance in chair. Padangusthasana A, modified or not, your choice. Ready to exit? Take your time. All right, ground your feet. Solidify them at the top of the mat. Bring your hands to Namaste at the heart. All right, we're gonna change it up. Inhale this variation of Utkatasana if that's okay for your neck. If it's not, do the other variation that you're more familiar with. Exhale, forward fold. In and halfway up. Out and lower down. In into up dog. Out into down dog. Hold and breathe. We're going to come down to the knees. And then we're going to sit down and take the legs forward. I used to jump through to sit like this, but I quit doing it with the pandemic. So I gotta get going again. Right now, I'm like, let's just sit and create this position. Flex the feet. Lift the arms up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. So be where you can be, where the heart is actually leading the way. And your thighs are plunging down into the ground. Head of the knees, point up. Toes stay lifted and sway. Hashimotonasana. I said this pose yesterday, and someone piped up and said, that would be a great name for a dog, Pashi. Inhale, let's come up. All right, we're gonna bend the right knee, and then we're gonna open from the hip for Janu. The arms are gonna lift up overhead, and as we exhale, we're gonna hinge out over that straight leg. So again, traditionally, we're looking out towards the foot or beyond, but if that's not great for the neck, just lengthen through the neck and look down towards your body. Traditionally, in this kind of style that we're mimicking today, the eyes stay open, but I'm okay if you close your eyes, especially if we're grounded and you're not worried about balance. You want to be a little bit more internal. Inhale up. Exhale, the hand is going to scoop under the right foot to cross it over. And this is where we're changing up the practice today. The hands are going to be behind us. We're going to slide the left foot in. And then we push through the palms to lift the head and chest. Now this should affect your right hip. If you feel like you can add in a little more, again, use that layer of discernment. Do you want to slide forward? And then if you slide forward with your seat, you're also bringing your hands closer. Keeping that spine uplifted. All right, we're gonna take the left foot over, so it's crossed underneath the right knee, and we're gonna lay the right knee down. This gets really funky for a lot of people. So if you need to take the right foot all the way out in front, that's great. This is still a pose, okay? So wherever you are, lift up through your crown, and then exhale, start to lean out over your lap. Taking this double pigeon or fire log shape. If you have noticed through your inner insights or self-awareness that you have the tendency to spill or lean to one side or the other, it can even show up in poses like this. So if you tend to lean right, go a little to the left. If you tend to do the left side, go slightly to the right. See how it changes it up. And then we'll slowly come up. Now we're going to extend the left leg. And we're going to see if we can take the hand under the top of the foot to bring it to half lotus. Please don't force it if your knee, ankle, or hip is resistant. Just sink the foot back down inside your thigh. We're going to circle that right arm behind the back. You may or may not be able to catch the foot. Don't worry about that. Face the front and extend your left arm. And exhale, tip forward. Your right hand may land at the midpoint of your sacrum. That's all right. But taking the shoulder back, get a nice counter from all those chaturangas. In and halfway up. Gaze up. Remove the back hand. Remove the front hand, come to stand. From here, we're gonna lift the right knee, flatten the sole of the left foot, hook the left arm around the bent knee, and then rotate around to the right. If that foot is down, but the right side of your seat's coming off the floor, it may be better for the right foot to be to the inside of the leg so that you can really stay rooted through your sits bones. Good. Exhale, unwind from that. Straighten out the right leg. Lift both arms overhead. Paschimottanasana. Pashi. Now I want a little dog named Pashi. Sounds like a little Maltese, doesn't it?
I know.
A little white yappy dog. And see, I just dropped into the layer of the mind stuff, right? So that's what we're paying attention to with the coaches. Are we in the body? Are we in sync with the breath? Are we being entertained by our thoughts? Or can we be in that layer of discernment, higher wisdom, higher awareness, and deep intuitive knowing? I wish we could stay at that level, right? But we're always kind of fluctuating back and forth between those mental states. Usually most of the time it's hanging out in the mind chatter, right? Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, clasp a hold of your left thigh, bend that knee. Open from there. Janu Shasana. Arms reach back up because that helps to lengthen the back. It's an important step. And then exhale, fold over. Slightly turning the belly button towards your right side. Firming here, left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are truly mine. Inhale up. Exhale, we'll take the hands, scoop underneath the left foot and prop the ankle bones back. Hands behind so that you can slide your right foot closer and then uplift the head and the heart. This may be enough. So tune in. If you can do more, slide forward with your hands and seat. And we'll take the right foot over to stack underneath the left knee. We're trying to double stack the shins. If that's too crazy, too much, please send that left foot more forward. And then we'll elongate the vertebrae before we hinge down. Keeping a flat back to stay active. But if you have a healthy back, you can round it down and be a little bit more yin-like. So sometimes I mention in Uttanasana, pay attention to which leg you're leaning on. Usually it's a little bit more on the one that we depend on when we're brushing our teeth. You may notice it even here with your torso, wanting to gear one way or the other. Out this one just a little bit longer. I think this is a great prep for the half lotus that we're going to attempt. Inhale, slowly come up. And when you come up, right leg extends. And see if you can slide that foot on up to the hip crease. If not, just drop it to the inside of the thigh, no problem. Left arm circles around. No worries if you find the foot or not. It can just be resting on the sacrum. Right arm lifts and exhale, fold. Now halfway lift, gaze up. And release the back arm, release the front arm. And then see if you can stay on your seat in a solid way as you cross that foot over. If not, bring it to the inside. We'll hug the knee in as we twist to the left. Affirming as you hold, I radiate my love, goodwill, compassion to soul friends everywhere. And then exhale, unwind. All right, we're gonna bring the feet side by side, knees bent, the ankles are more ahead of the hips. The arms are gonna lift up. And as we exhale, we drop the arms halfway down, we scoop the belly in and round it back. We're gonna do 5 of these. Inhale, climb up to the top. Exhale, roll it back. I felt like doing these instead of Vavasanas. Inhale up. Exhale, contract that core. 2 more. I'd rather do 5 of these than 3 boats today. And then inhale up. All right, when you come up, separate your feet. Bring the arms down to the inside of the knees. Good. Hook one arm underneath your calf. Hook the other arm under the other calf. And bring your middle finger to join your thumbs, which is the Shuni Mudra. And then shoulders back, hearts up. This is blossoming lotus. And then slide your feet back to the floor. Keep your hands to the inside, and you're gonna slide them under and bow your head. So this is the simplest form of Karmasana. And if you want to keep it simple today, be here, okay? If you want to flex the feet and slide out and get it a little bit more into your hamstrings and your thighs, you can go there. And if you want to bring the soles of the feet together and keep the arms wrapped under your thighs, Cindy's doing that if you want to see an example. Regardless of which pose you're hanging out in, we're going to work the neck a little bit here. So as you inhale, slowly lift your head. As you exhale, spill it down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Go slow with this. The neck can be sensitive. Inhale. It's like lifting the tortoise head out of the tortoise shell. I'm just checking in to see if it's still safe to come out. And then exhale, release back in. 1 more. Now inhale, everybody lift the head about halfway. We're going to bring the feet together. When you bring the feet together, lift up through your heart center and forward fold. Baddha Konasana. Affirming here, secure in myself, I accept whatever is. Secure in myself, I accept whatever is. Inhale, come up. Slide your legs out into a V shape. The hands can stack on the thighs. The hands can stack on the shins. The fingers can stack on the toes. Wherever you want to be, but using that layer of higher wisdom, listening to your body's reactions, ensuring that your breath is still calmly flowing, smooth, effective manner. Inhale, come up. The legs are gonna slip together. If you don't do plow or shoulder stands, you can be on your back or move to a wall and do legs up the wall. But if you want to explore moving into plow, the feet don't have to touch the floor. You do not want to turn the head here. You want the head to be stable. Take 5 to 7 breaths. And then if you want to move from Halasana to Sarvangasana, shoulder stand, you'll pike the legs up. Use your hands to walk down towards the shoulders or ribs. Maybe bring the knees to Ardha Pandasana, knees to third eye. And then gently rolling down. And you will stack on your hands. Elbows clipping close to the body, point the toes, and perform your fish. Matsyasana. After opening the cavity of the chest, take the head back, hug the knees in. Let your low back be anchored down to the floor. Open your arms. Let the knees roll off to the left. We're cooling down now. Keep emphasizing your breath. Inhale, tuck the knees back to the chest. And exhale, let them roll off to the right. you're ready, roll back to center. Take the feet down to the sticky mat and slide your left leg away. Fly the right leg up. Link your hands together behind your right thigh. Pump the right foot skyward. This is the supine variation of Padangusthasana A. You're welcome to stay attached here at the thigh. You're welcome to slide your hands up to the calf. Now remove your left hand only and stack it on top of your left hip. And slowly open the leg and abduct it away from the body. Fine variation of Padangusthasana B. Inhale, invite the leg back up. As you exhale, pump the belly in. Send your left arm out over your left thigh. Lift your head up towards the knee. Supine variation of Padangusthasana C. And as you lower, you're going to hug the right knee in. Relaxing your shoulders. Softening the belly. Now release your right foot. Slide your left foot back. Now glide your right leg forward and fly the left leg skyward. Basically just taking it reverse. So the hands can attach to the thigh, to the calf, or around the big toe. Open to B. Return to A. And now lift to C. And as you exhale, lower the head, clasp the hands around your left knee, and lightly tug in. Draw your right knee in. Take your hands to the top portions of the knees, and you're going to circle them several times in one direction. And several times in the other direction. And slowly lengthen your legs. And your arms open. Grab a bolster if you want to use it for Shavasana. Otherwise, set up corpse pose. And allow yourself to begin to move even more inward. I know that we haven't talked about the fifth Kosha or layer yet. That's coming up next week. But if you're not in body, if you're not with breath, if you're not trapped in the mental chatter or in that layer of discernment, you may be tapping into this fifth layer. Even though we're no longer necessarily controlling the breath unless we need it, you can still be observant of your breath. Maybe that's where you want to put your one point of concentration. Perhaps your one point of concentration is your inner drishti towards your mind's eye. Perhaps you're using a meditational technique. Whatever you choose, be here now. Begin to deepen the flow of the breath. Perhaps operating the hands and the feet. Maybe even rotating the head from shoulder to shoulder. And then when you're ready, hook a hold of your legs again. Tip side to side across your back. And then roll over to one. Come up to formal seat. Sitting for a moment, being present with your physical body, noticing how it feels now.
Reacquainting to the breath, noticing how it's flowing now. Dropping into the state of the mind. Where are you at now? Remembering that when the mind gets scattered to hyper, overly stressed or worried, to use some of these techniques so that you're not being reactive. But you can drop into that layer of higher knowing. Allow it to guide. Joining your hands together to prayer position in your heart. And we all walk away from this practice being more free and at peace in our minds, in our bodies, in our hearts. Welcome.